started with the program. So basically, before I get into product, I just want to give you a little overview of what you can expect and what our inspiration was when we put together and designed our lines for our men. So men, just like our ladies, we want to make sure that they're comfortable, that they're stylish. So what you can expect in the spring step arena is you're going to see some stylish styles, or I should say silhouettes, that are going to take you right from that workplace all the way through to your weekend casual. So how great is that? You're going to see some really nice, cool materials. And of course, we're all about comfort. So we're going to have that great look on the outside, on the inside. And of course, we're going to make sure that we're giving him all that great support that he needs. And then Laertes, boy, you're up for a great surprise there, because Laertes, just like the ladies in Laertes, this guy, he wants to be noticed. He wants to be out there, and he is going to be having so much fun, because you know what, everybody, it's all about the shoes. So let's get started. Before I get started into the actual product, I do want to review with you the top selling styles for the current season. This way you have a gauge of what's really happening with the spring step men. So our first, if you just give a little quick overview here, you're going to see a lot of the Relife, and Relife is just like the ladies, it's really important for our men as well. So we start off with our number one style, and that is Raymond. Number two is Johnny. Number three is Brody, a really nice, cool Chelsea. Jared, he is tried and true. Gustavo, and that's another great boot, a very great staple. Andrew Coop, looking cool with that little bit of that cap toe. Relife Oliver and Hoover. Number 9 is Devon, and number 10 is Loafer. So we're going to get right into the product. And if you see something that you like, I do encourage you, take your camera, take a picture. There you go. This way you have it remembered. Okay, so let's get right into it. And we're going to start with something new. So let's get right into this first style. And here is the coolness. So I was talking about in the beginning, right? We're going to have him looking polished from whether it's work to weekend. And here's the answer here. So the really cool part is of course, the upper, but look at this outsole. So what we did was we took that inspiration from all that's happening there in that athletic world, and we brought it here to this great, athleisure, nice casual style. I want to also point out to you removable insoles. Why do we feel so strongly here at Spring Step about removable insoles? Well, a couple reasons. And the first reason is, number one, if you need to remove it and put in a custom orthotic, there you go. It also gives you a little bit more room. Remember, we're Euro sizing, Euro last, and that means that we're going to give him a little extra room in the toe box and around. And then the other reason is because we want to give you support. Now, when we really do our insoles, we're making sure that these are leather lined. I have a nice little arch support right here for you, and it's a really nice density foam, because we want to make sure that it withstands all throughout the day and then some. So with that little bit, I'm going to just describe Hanks to you. So what we've got here is we've got gorgeous burnishing. Love the way that really looks. That really brings everything to life. You could be assured too, we're going to give him padding on the tongue all the way around the back, and just a really cool outsole. I love it so much. I'm going to hand that over to model because I only have that one sample, but I hope you get the idea of just how cool that looks. So remember, looking always polished, because no matter where you are, whether it's work or the fellow's going from work to play, we always want to make sure that he looks polished, and this is going to really fit the bill. So his name is Hanks. I have our model, Eugene, coming right up, so this way you can see what he looks like. And there he is, right there on the foot. I hope you could see that really nice outsole I was describing. And look at all the great detailing, the way we designed the silhouette and cut the leather pieces just to give it a really cool look. Okay, next style. Our next style is Chris. Now, with Chris, he is tried and true. So Chris is an annual style for us, and what we've introduced new is the navy. So the navy is right here in front of me. I can tell you this, we have a lot of fellas and a lot of gentlemen here in our office, and I can tell you this is a really tried and true. Everyone loves this style. He is lightweight. He has a nice flex to him. The softness, really the secret is in the outsole. The outsole is an EVA, and of course we're going to make sure sure that it really hugs the foot. So what we're doing here, we're putting this neoprene right around because it really hugs the foot. And then of course we're going to give him a little bit of that, these elasticized laces with the toggle so he can get in and out easy, but then a quick little cinch and off you go. Love the cognac, a really nice little dressy look, I should say. So that's Chris. Our next style here is Alton, new style, and look at him, really cool, really edgy. I'm going to use that word edgy because it's all about that outsole. So you can see it's got a really nice kind of like a little flare to him, and what that's going to provide is that's going to provide the stability. So when you're really walking, you want to make sure that you have that stability, you have that comfort, that you have all that flexibility. And check out the upper. Wow, we are taking mix of materials. We're taking a little bit of a suede back here, and then we're just going to give him a little bit of texture here all around that toe, the vamp, a little smoothness. And then I like to say, like I was talking to you about, let's go from work right to play. You can see even here we're giving little designs that look almost like a striped effect on that really cool sneaker. I have an image of the other color, and check it out. You can see the cognac. Now actually you can see, I hope, all those details that I was just describing a little bit more clear here, and check out the outsole. So when you see the outsole, this is like a really kind of a cool greige color, but take notice of the back, just that little bit of that flare. So you know us with Spring Step, we're all about the details, we're all about the attention, and we bring it to men's as well. Luca. So let's get into some athleisure. So these, when we really look at an athleisure sneaker, sometimes we just associate sneaker with, oh gosh, just, casual running out, but think of how dressy you can make it. So just take notice of the color on the model. I really like it. I shout that out. It's the brown. It's bringing in that rich green, really elevated look. And here's the coolness. Check it out right here. It's on that outsole. Love it so much. It just gives it, again, a really nice dimension. And remember, we are leather. So to have nice, great leather all the way inside, from the lining to the heel to the toe on that footbed, is just a luxury. And did I mention the affordability? So there's the Luca Navy. Again, we're bringing in like that two-tone, really cool look. So what a great way to elevate and look polished. Our next style, and you're going to hear me in these next styles that these are tried and true. So when I say tried and true, I also want to use the word essentials. These are essential for every man's wardrobe because they're so easy. I can tell you again, a lot of the fellas in the office wear him. His name is Logano, and you can see the coolness right there. So it's really in that outsole. So I'm going to really point out this cognac because you can see the dimension a little bit better. So we're giving him that two-color outsole. The outsole actually is really a cool navy. There's our signature. It's the burnishing. I hope you can see and feel through the screen the beautiful hand that he has. And this is our style, Lugano. And you can see the colors right there. And please do follow along in our catalog. You're going to see all the great removable insoles. You're going to see the symbols for the all the features. And I'm going to just kind of show you right here in loafer as I take out the insoles. I told you we are very serious about comfort here. And check it out. So look at this insole right here, and look at the bottom. So we're even putting a little bit more right where you need it, which is the heel strike. We're taking a typical loafer, and what are we doing? We're giving him the pebbled loafer look. So it's the pebbled leather that really brings it to life. Love that brown. You're going to notice throughout all the brown have beautiful burnishing and dimension, and then you can see here in a traditional black, but check it out, a really nice lug. So look how smart he looks. Now this next style here, this is new. Now let's talk about what is so super fun. I'm going to take out this insole. Check out the color. Now, I think it is just fun to bring a little bit of pop. So typically you see, oh, this is like a typical black shoe, but look inside. So the coolness is, it's the lining. I'm going to give you a little peek there. It's all the way to that really cool removable insole that I showed you. He is smart. He is classic. And look at the outsole. Check it out. I actually want to just kind of flip the bottom because I have this outsole coming up on the next few styles. But you can see here what that's going to give. Again, it's going to give that really great comfort, gives it a great cool look, but it also is going to give him the stability and just a really nice classic style here. I'm going to hand it over to model so you can see what it looks like on the foot, but it's that outsole that really brings it, and then it's the inside, all that great color. So check it out. So look at the outsole. You can tell just by, you know, Eugene kind of giving that little heel strike that it's going to be soft right there from the heel strike all the way to the toe. So we're super excited about this new style. Now the next style on that outsole, now that you know about it and I had just showed you, let's give him something that's really classic. This little, you know, I call it a chuckaboo. And look at, we talked about bringing in that little bit of that cool, I'm going to call it like this. It's not exactly an orange, but it has that natural feeling. And look, we're bringing it right here. Now the lining to this is a classic lace up. We're going to give him a little bit of that rolled lace because it's really cool. But I want to just tell you the lining here. Well, the lining, I wish you could see on camera, it's plaid. It's a little plaid flannel. So that's how we're getting to be really cool and innovative from not just the outside, but of course the inside. Okay, we're gonna put that on, and you know what? Sometimes you don't see the plaid, but it's you who put it on that you're going to know that that little plaid is in there. And, you know, I say this every time, and I've said it before, you're going to be surprised. Men right now, you know, they're stepping up their game. They're getting really stylish, and they want to, you know, look and feel as great as they can as they're putting their everyday styles on. Okay, there you go. And you can see it right there. And remember that we are European comfort, so we are European last. So even though you might see something that looks a little bit more Euro looking, you could be assured that the last has enough room to accommodate. Here's the next style. His name is Davy, true Chelsea. So you're gonna have your elastic right here. What that means is on the outside as well as the inside, making sure that we can get him in there because that's super important. Again, you got a nice little flannel right there inside, and then there's that little bit of that peak of that color with that really cool outsole. I'm going to hand that over. And there you go. Look at how great that looks. Okay, and the next style is Jared. As you can see, Jared, he is ranked as number 4, and let's see why. Well, first and foremost, he's a really nice, relaxed look. So he's a moccasin with a sophistication, and here's the sophistication. Pebbled leather, giving that nice casual look, but look at the bit. So the bit is tonal, and that is what's going to give him the polished look. Now, I just also want to talk about comfort because as we talk about the removable insoles, this is no exception, and check this out. So here's the insole. I just want you to see as I take it out, look at right here. We're putting extra right there at the heel strike where he needs it. And then of course, right here, right in the middle, more towards that middle tarsal, right where he needs it, we're giving padding there. So you could notice that it's thin, it's light, because we want to make sure that he has enough room right there in that style. And then as we talk about a nice classic, you can see that little bit of the driver mock, and look at the bottom. So really great and really nice and smartly done. And that's your style, Jared. Now, speaking of casual flair, you can see that we're all into this whole group of moccasins. So when I talk about moccasins, we want to give him, you know, we want to give him a casual look. So how we're doing that, it's the pebbled leathers, nice dark browns. And I always want to point out our browns because when we get into the browns, even that dark brown that you see on the model is just absolutely, it's just so rich looking. That's the word I want to use. You have your little bit of your outsole that comes up here to protect, and just easy in, easy out, very timeless. This is another essential that I had mentioned earlier. Now we're into this whole moccasin, you know, kind of relaxed. And these days, you know, there's a lot of things that you could just look polished with and very relaxed. And this is another style. This is our Luciano. And the coolness here is we're giving him that I'm going to say the very traditional moccasin look, which has that whip stitching here. We're going to give him a little bit of a bit, but instead of an ornamentation, we're going to take that rope, we're going to wrap it right there with the leather, and then just check it out. We're going to give him a really sporty look, casual, with that little bit. It's reminiscent of like a boat shoe style, but really nice. I like the texture. It has that croco print, and of course we're doing in these beautiful, beautiful materials. Our next style has a bit. So let's get into a very traditional moccasin toe shape right here, and then it's the bit that really kind of stands out. So as we had before, it's all really nice and flexible. And remember, maybe you're traveling, maybe that fella's traveling and he wants to slip them in his bag, or easy on, easy off, just makes it really nice and comfortable. Now we're going to make our little segue into something that's a little bit more polished, a little bit more dressy. And this style is Ezra. So the cool part here is that, yes, to me, he has that really traditional, handsome look. So we're going to take this strap. It's a monk strap. It's a double strap because you could see the actual two buckles there. Has the cap toe. And the interesting part is the design of this broguing that is on that toe. So you can see that it has a really nice design. The broguing is actually right there on the cap toe, and again, just really nice, really polished, and he can even wear these with jeans. So just like Dora's wearing, wear it with jeans, wear it with the suit, you will always look your best. Let's continue with Charlie. So we talked about brogue, we talked about really timeless styles, and this is another cool one because this is like a one-piece brogue, meaning that he's smooth here, and then you can see another really cool design, and then we're going to bring that little bit of that broguing right up here. Just a nice traditional Oxford. I like so much the outsole, so I do want to kind of give him a little bit of a call out because what you see here, and I'm going to flip the bottom. Yes, I have a label, but don't mind that. Look at this, the stitching. That's quality. That is craftsmanship. So we're making sure that that sole that is stitched around, and we're doing it in a cool way. We're going to give him a little red stitching, a little bit of that blue bottom, and then even on the black. So just really nice and cool. And again, it's the details. Next style here is our style Brando. Check out that really cool, the burnishing, the look, and look at this. So it's that stacked, it's that wooden stacked heel, but look how we're executing that. Giving him a nice design, giving him tricolor almost. I'm going to hand it over to model. The other point is, remember, removable insoles. Take a look too at the lining. That lining, and I always say this because he's a classic, his lining just reminds me of this really beautiful, handsome paisley print, a really nice suit, and look at how great he looks. And that's our style Brando. I have an image of the other color, and that's a gray. And I love that we bring in a gray, so it's not just a true dark black. We're giving the gray so you see that burnishing, that highs and lows, and what a smart looking style he truly is. Okay, now, this is something new, super exciting. So exciting, I'm actually going to start with explaining the bottom because as you can see, the bottom has great traction. There's the craftsmanship I was just explaining to you before with that stitching. Look at that, and that has to do with the way that it is constructed. So it has that faux stack, it has that stacked heel. I shouldn't say faux, excuse me for that. The stacked heel right here, but yet you can see a little bit of that traction. Polished look, clean. There's that Chelsea right there. I like on this, I'm going to call it the elastic, it has a texture. That's really what's going to bring him to life, a little bit of the pull tab, but I also want you to see that toe shape. Just absolutely beautiful. I am going to hand him over to model as I take one more little lassenger for the road, and we're going to have him on model. And look at the cognac. Cognac is so rich, and it is, I'm going to use the word handsome because that's what he is, and he is very smart. So here comes Eugene on the model, and there you can see him. Now remember, again, it has that really cool Euro flare. So Euro flare, always looking polished and great. Next style is something new. Now, look at this. I've got the insole kind of peeping out, and I'm going to take this insole out because this is our signature spring step insole. If you know the ladies, we're bringing it to the men. So you have leather right here on the top, and of course, it is the memory foam that's here. It's a certain type of memory foam because we want to make sure that it actually stays and conforms. So that is absolutely great cushioning inside. Now, this is a suede boot. Sometimes people say, oh gosh, suede, I can't wear suede, but yes, you can. You can wear suede because suede is actually giving you a cool casual feel and a casual look. I do want to open him up because a little bit of that side zip. Short faux fur right here, which always feels nice and warm and cozy. There's the laces, but look, we have a little bit here, just ever so slightly little V-gore right here, and look at how great and handsome. Also with the outsole, I mean, the flexibility here, it's amazing. So that's going to keep him comfortable and looking smart. This is a style, I imagine, just going out, you know, from work to weekend, that's the perfect example. Next style is Matt. Classic, essential, basic. He has a really nice toe shape. You can see a little bit more squared off. We're going to make sure that he has padding as well. And we also recognize that there's fellas that do want to have a traditional lace-up. So that's our traditional lace-up style, and his name is Matt. I do want you to see it on the model's foot because I think it's super important so you can see the way it hugs around the ankle, especially when we get into nice padding right there. When we do our padding, we want to make sure that it's just enough so it doesn't take away from the look of the style as well. So there you go, just a really nice classic lace-up, and that is our Matt. Our next style, okay. And here we go. New removable insole. And as you can see, I hope throughout the presentation, when I talk about removable insoles, you see some different insoles. Well, that's right, and that's because we take the time to design and to study the fit and the feel, and we want to make sure that, especially when you have a dress style here, that we're not putting anything that's too thick to take up too much volume. So we've spent a lot of time there. There's your removable insole. Now, what is so great about him is that yes, he's a twin gore right here, like the toe shape very much because it just has a really pretty, I shouldn't say pretty, but a handsome almond shape right there, and just nice outsole. And again, look at the flexibility. I think it's amazing. So when you have a dress style and you can have the flexibility, and how are we doing the flexibility? Well, it's the way that it's designed and the way that it is crafted. That's how. So we have door coming up, and another smart style. Like that polished look, love the leathers. They're just really nice and handsome. I'm going to move to the next style here. And you could be rest assured that it has all that great features and comfort built right in. There is that great insole that we talk about. And then as you look, he's a traditional penny, but with a little bit of that twist because we're going to give him right here in the back because, you know, he's coming and going. We're going to give him a little bit of that stitching detail right there in the back just to give it some interest. And again, he is just a really classic penny. And actually, as I look here, the penny is really cool because it's a modern twist where actually the penny little keeper is just a little bit of a rouging of that leather there. So I laugh and say, boy, I don't even know if people have a penny jar anymore because everything is so electronic. But needless to say, there's that really nice, great classical style with a little modern flair and twist. Next style is a boot. So take a look at him. Really nice outsole as we always describe because it's that nice, giving it that flexibility, a nice hand here, and he is a tried and true. He's been with us, and really our secret is to make sure that we're giving nice faux fur linings. When we give those nice faux fur linings, he's going to look great. He's going to feel great too because it's going to keep him warm. It's going to keep I'm going to use the word cozy and just comfortable. So that's another great style, and that is another great essential. And what's really nice too about the faux furs, we make sure that it is just the right thickness. So it's not that he has to wait for cold weather. He can enjoy it any time that he wants to, even if it takes you right in from fall into winter. Here comes door. Look how smart that looks with jeans. I love it. And you know, I've even seen that they could wear the jeans a little cuff so they can kind of show off the boot. So as you wish. So that's our style, Abram. Next style. Now we're going to go into shoes. This is another essential of ours. This is our style Devon, and just really nice. We're giving that twin gore there, but what we have is we have the leather covering that twin gore, and what that does, it gives it just a little bit more of a polished look, a little bit more classic. There's that padding I always love to brag to you about across that heel, and here is the great toe shape. So a little bit more rounded, but always looking polished and great. And check out the outsole, just really nice dimension to him, nice and casual. So you can see how we're really mixing up the casual together with that little bit of the dressiness. Ranked number 9, that says a lot. Tried and true essential. And there you can see it on Eugene's foot. Now, our next style is something new. This is a new outsole that we are introducing to you. Excited very much, like the shape, the dimension, and that is adding that little bit of the sporty look. So I hope you can see right here, when I say a sporty look, it's kind of giving that little splayed out dimension right here in the back. We're going to give him right around the back. We're going to, of course, give him nice padding, but we're going to give him a little bit more of the tricot fabric right here. And why we're doing that is to make sure that it is soft for him, making sure that it holds him. We're also going to put ever so slightly padding right up here. And then I hope you could see the really cool lines. I only have this one sample. I'm going to hand it over to model. And as he's putting it on, and he comes onto the screen, just really notice the dimension of all the leather there and all the little details we put in with all of the padding. So here comes Dor, and as you can see, like, check out that outsole as I was explaining, really cool. And then look in the front, so it has that little bit of like that kick guard right there. So that's where we're really merging, we're fusing. It's like a fusion between something dressy and something really casual. So if he's going to something casual and has to be later at night a little dressy, that's your answer. He doesn't have to worry. This next boot is also the same way. I just want to describe this guy as not just handsome, but cool. He's collected, and he really looks like he's in style wearing this particular boot. Love it very much. Now we have an inside zip. Now outside, why is he so cool and edgy to me is the mix of the material. So we're actually giving him a little bit here on this heel cap, even on the pull tab, right here on the lace keepers. That's where we're bringing in that textured leather, bringing in that little bit of that burnishing there. And then I want you to see the inside. Look at that. How great is that? Can you see the blue? I absolutely love that. So he's going to be looking really, really smart. I'm going to hand this over so you can see that on the model. I have an image, and that is the black. So you can see even the black has really great dimension with that mix of the materials. So the mix of the materials brings him to life. And I also hope you can see the laces. We even take detailing on the laces. So you can see that zipper front there. And why we do that is because it's a customized fit. Unzip it, lace it up, adjust as you need. That is absolutely wonderful. I love the fact you could just tie it, leave it, and just work the zip. So that's a really cool thing. So new, and we're really excited about him. This next style, now we're going to get into some more, I don't want to say the word utilitarian, but these are really hardworking boots, I'm going to call them. And look at this. So we're giving a removable insole. We're going to give it, look at all this faux fur. We want to make sure that this is super duper cozy. And then when you take out this removable insole that I'm showing you, you also have, you know, you're finished in here with a textile lining. So this way it just stays nice shape. And check him out. Gosh, look at that faux fur. It really is soft. We're giving him inside zip, as you can see. We're going to give him a little bit more of a deeper V here. You can see that nice pebbled leather. Do I only have one? And I'm gonna, I'm gonna have the model try it on, although I took the insole out. But take a look at that. I think that is just so great. We don't skimp on anything. So what's so great about that is that it has that really cool, I'm going to say casual flair, and it has to do with the materials because it has that pebbled look. So here comes Dor. Check it out with jeans. Really nice, really smart. Like it very much. Cap toe. So you're doing a casual style with a cap toe. Love that little bit of the mix. And then remember what's inside. Okay, we're gonna move to the next style. So you can see we're getting into all of these great boots, and this particular boot, double zip. Now, the fellas love double zips, and look inside, and this fur, it actually reminds me like a little bit of a bunny, but you can see right there from heel to toe, everything inside is nice faux fur. It's plush. It is the double zip, which really, it's for ease to get in, but also just notice the look. Notice the styling. It gives you a clean look here. And then when we really do the zippers, number one, we use high quality zippers. And number two, it's just blended in there, and we're gonna give a little bit of the padding right there on the front and along the back. And what we always say is, you know, these are just so great and comfortable to wear no matter what you're doing. So take a look at Dora. He's coming right up, and you can see what I mean by that double zip. It just gives it a really nice, great flare. Okay, and that's our style, Elliot. Now we're going to get into what we call our stitch construction. So with that stitch construction is going to come all that great flexibility. I mean, you can see to have a shoe to have that great flexibility, it is really, it's a wow to me. So we're going to give that stitch construction. So what does that mean? Right there around the welt, there's that pebbled leather. And then to give them a little something special, we're going to give a little bit of this seam right here. And really, it's just accentuating that toe character. And here we go. Look at that. Look at the nice removable insole. Gotta love it. Nice and thick, nice and casual. Now, Nicolo, he's been with us, and again, he's another essential. Next style, you can see we're still in that stitch construction. So he's a little bit more classic and polished as far as across the previous style, excuse me. You can see that little bit of that padding right around the back collar. And here we're gonna give a little deeper twin gore right there, and there's the nice toe shape. So a little bit more squared off, and here we go, and that is our style Enzo. Okay. Gonna go to the next style. Now this next style is another double zip. So how cool is he? So he's a double zip faux fur, and what the coolness is, again, it's that nice stitch construction, so it gives him a little bit, I'm going to say not a little bit more width, but he does have a little bit more, you know, body to him, and that's what it's going to do. So you can see right here, this is the Wrens, and look at the really nice flexibility, and check out the outsole. So the outsole is, it has that texture to it, so it almost reminds you, it's reminiscent of like the gum outsoles, but with a nice fashionable look. And he is, again, he is tried and true, and that's our style, Lorenz. Next style is really smart. His name is Felix. So what you can see with Felix is that he has a more of a Euro flair. Now, you know, we're all about the European comfort, and the Euro flair is that a lot of men in Europe like to wear where they're a little bit more elongated, a little bit more polished, and this is the Felix. And you can see they're really nice, just a basic outsole. And another thing I do want to point out when we talk about all of our spring step styles is really truly how lightweight they are, because that's important. I'm talking about flexibility. I mean, do you see that? That's amazing. It's the construction. Here is that great removable insole that we always do, and we're going to make sure that he can just walk all day without even worrying about anything. Really nice, lightweight, and of course durable. Durability, because we want these styles to last, right? Abisco, another great style here where you're giving twin gore. As I mentioned before, we're covering that goring, so it just gives a little bit more of that, you know, youthful look. And then it's the outsole, super comfortable, you know, and again, it's just this, and I keep saying again, but it's the removable insoles. I mean, I hope you can see just how great they are and the material. And then we're going to give a little bit of the breathability with giving, I'm going to call them the little pin dots. So everything, nothing goes unnoticed. And then of course, I mean, Look at that. It's because it's the type of construction that it is. There's no midsole. That's what brings the comfort and the flexibility. Next is Gustavo. So with the Gustavo, this is not just your dad's boot. Check it out. We're giving him that modern twist. It's the outsole. A little bit of that, I would call it like that sawtooth outsole. Really cool. Now, here's the great part here. Okay, you have that nice thick faux fur right there, and these are waterproof. So check your catalogs. It's ranked number 5. I think it's the best thing ever to be able to have these leather styles, to have that functionality as well, and you have your nice little padding on top. And here is the other last style in this group, and this is the Gusta Higher. So basically you can see comes up a little bit higher, waterproof, very important. So those last 2 styles are waterproof, and to have a smart looking boot to be waterproof, and there is that really nice lining, and it's the double zip, and we brought them up a little bit higher because you need to have a little bit more, higher boot at times. So that's our Gustavo. Now, our Gusta Higher, excuse me. Now we're going to go into Relife for men's. Before I get into the styling, let me just put up a slide so I can tell you a little bit more about the Relife collection. So what the Relife collection is all about, well, it's about innovations and it's about the technology. The technology that we build into every single style. So we are talking about superior cushioning systems. We're talking about things that are lightweight. We want to make sure that it has that flexible outsole. It is water resistant, and it has a really nice comfortable width. The other really cool part about it is when I say about the technology, well, it has to do with the heel strike and the cylinders. And you're going to see right here in my first style, don't mind the label, but we have a system here where it's your primary cylinder with your secondary cylinders. And what that is, it's all the way from the bottom all the way through right here to that insole. And that's the shock absorbency that you're going to get. Brody. Here he is, a nice brown, a nice black, and I talk about linings, no exception. There's your plaid. He is a flannel, so he's going to keep you nice and dry. And then check it out. You've got your nice Chelsea right there. Next style within this Relife collection is Oliver. So you're going to have a really cool boot. You can see these are also vegan friendly. They are water resistant. Really nice right there on the back. Look at the dimension that we give. Inside zip, of course, and there is that nice lace up. Ranked number 7, check them out. And Sullivan, the next style. So Sullivan is really cool, giving him that cat toe look and feel, which we really love. But then it's right here across this little, top collar where we're giving him that little bit of that twill look. And then I do have to open him up because I want you to see all that great lining right there. And that's our style Sullivan. Next style is a shoe. So this shoe is Raymond, ranked number 1. So what's so great about Raymond is that I guess everybody loves him if he's ranked number 1. In any case, we like very much that he has that little bit of the lift there, has the mix of material, and just a really nice casual shoe. I do want to hand him over to model. So we're giving I have an image actually of the next color that's coming up as the model's putting it on, and you can see the black. So even when you see the black, you can see these are special materials that have that really nice brushing finish, has that casual flair, and just check out the back with all the great details. You can see the nice swell. I've got Dora coming up right here. Looks nice and smart with his jeans, and just a nice, great, comfortable style. Our next style is another shoe. So let's take this next shoe and let's give him a slip on, easy off. Twin gore right here, and the coolness is the outsole. So you can see the different color outsoles where you have this gray and the black. I like very much how it has that little bit of that athletic look. There's that little toe kick. Even on this brown color, you have that beige outsole, that two-tone. Really smart, really nice, and just nice padding all the way around, looking smart with that little bit of that stripe, all the great details. Let's get to a classic lace up. So as we lace him up, he's just gonna be nice and comfortable. There's that same outsole giving him that great, again, it's all about activity. So that's really what Relife is. It's an outdoorsy feel, it's an active feel, it's a great lifestyle collection. And this is our style, Vincent. Like that one on the model, really smart looking. Next style is Johnny, ranked number 2. It's that great outsole, and here comes the coolness. So as we talk about material interests, I want to just draw your attention to the really cool inside flannel lining, of course, but just check out the really cool, it's not, it's almost like a flannel, but it just has a really nice touch to it, and it has, of course, a lot of padding. I'm going to hand it over so the model can put it on. There is nice padding on the tongue, so anything that touches the foot, and we're really serious about that. So anything that touches the foot, we want to make sure it's soft, feels good, and it's just going to give him the feeling when he puts it on. And there is our style, Johnny, ranked number 2. I hope you can see why. Nice and smart. Couple more styles in real life. This next style here is Elijah. So what's so great about him is that we're doing a gore on the inside, but a side zip. Also notice that the fellas like side zips, very important for us. I like the outsole very much. You can see that it is a little bit more substantial. It is a little bit more beefier. You can see that two-tone effect, giving him a really cool active feeling. And that, together with all of our technology of the shock absorbing cylinders, that equals great comfort. Nice looking, and I always point out, denim friendly, remember that. Nice and denim friendly. These materials, especially, you know, these last few styles I'm showing you, yes, they're vegan friendly, so that means that they're man-made, but the cool thing is they have this really great hand. It has that look almost like a nubuck, so really nice Sherpa lining in this particular style. I'm going to give you another double zip, super important. There's the Sherpa right there, and you can see, remember, it has this little, you know, this R text, and that's all the water resistancy that we build in. Next style, Mo. He's sporty. He's gonna get you where you gotta go. So no matter what you're gonna do, maybe you wanna go out on the trails or just on the street. There you go, Mo's gonna do the trick for you. So nice lace up, and you can see just the really nice styling, even that little bit of giving the contrast stitch to really elevate and kind of accentuate everything. So Mo is gonna do the trick. Next group that we have for you today is slippers. We do slippers very well, and we want to, I always say this, I want to always encourage to wear slippers, wear them in the house, going bare feet. You know, you need support even when you're in the home, so please do consider. So this is a new style. What's really cool about him is I want you to see the bottom, because it's really important for you to see what the bottom is, the traction it's going to give you, and then we're going to give just that really nice coziness all the way in. I hope you can see maybe from this angle. And then here's the cool thing. We're taking a quilted nylon and we're putting it right here on the top of the vamp, and you can think of it in and out. Maybe you got to run out to the mailbox. There you go. So we're talking about indoor outdoor comfort, so you want to make sure that if you're just running out, it's no worries. This is the next style, Arnie. Nice classic corduroy. I love to see the corduroy. The corduroy is together with, of course, a little bit of the twin goring here. You have just a nice, I'm going to say smooth here, but really nice footbed. You can see that it is leather. I hope that you can see all the greatness here. And this, again, this is nice leather. So what's that going to do? Even if you don't wear a sock, we want to make sure that you're feeling good even if you're not wearing a sock. Made in Turkey. These are also leather right here on this footbed, on the insole. I hope you can see all the nice cushioning that it provides. So anytime we do this type of a wool upper, it really is just easy. Like very much this navy. We're giving him a little bit of that belt design and just easy, and his name is Benton. Classic style. This is, you know, this is your very classic style. This is our Nigel. He's been with us. He's not going anywhere. Just a nice little scuff. Like I said, remember, staying in the house, put something on your feet. A little bit of a lift here, so this way it gives it comfort, because you don't want to be flat, although he's just a nice slipper. So that's our Nigel. Nice little padding. And then our next style here is made in Italy. Really, really great as far as a plaid, nice and soft. The technology in this particular outsole is that the way that it is a direct injection, it gives you all that great anti-shock. It's anatomic inside. So what a great way to have a slipper and bring all that great comfort. Corduroy. Corduroy is tried and true. Let's give him Adam. Let's give him a full closed toe, closed back, because we want him to be nice and secure. You have that double goring right there, the twin gore, and just a really nice corduroy. And my last style in Spring Step Men's is our style Boris. Now with Boris, we're going to give a nice big hook and loop, a nice big strap here. You can see it's easy to get into. All that cushioning right here, it's memory foam. Great. And what this is, you know, there's feet that are problems. Maybe it's at the end of the day, or just someone who experiences a lot of swelling. Well, we haven't forgotten you either. So Boris is your answer there, and you can see just how great and flexible he is. And then, you know, when you have that, it has a little bit of that stretch right there. And that concludes the Spring Step Men's. Now we're going to get into the LART. So fasten your seatbelts, and we're going to go over, because this is really exciting, we're going to go over the top selling styles right now before I hand over the presentation to Chris. Now, LART's best sellers for this current season. You can see we've got the top 5, and it is Elton. The next style is Buford. You will see some really cool styles with Buford and the Thavo plaid. We've got some cool plaids that are also going to complement those tried and trues. You've got your Berger and you've got your Nico. Now, I am going to hand this presentation over to Chris. Now, Chris is part of our Spring Step team. He is in customer service, so maybe you recognize his name. He's out there every day serving everybody, serving our customers, which is you. And we're going to get into LARTiste. So thank you very much. And let's get Chris out here and look at some LARTiste for men's.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Chris, and every day's a gift. And I come from a family of artists, and I'm delighted to present to you Spring Step Men's LARTiste Fall Winter Collection. First up, we have Buford, and Buford is a new style that we've had introduced a few seasons ago, and it's already a top seller. It's number 2, and with the addition of bone that came out this spring, and the addition of the taupe multi. Pay attention to the ombre effect on the taupe multi. This is beautiful. It's probably most likely going to be our number 1 seller. We also have it in black, we have it in navy, and we have it in the camel multi. One of the best things that I love about the Buford is the wool that you see in the middle. This means when we're walking that it's giving. So that's perfect. This is an outsole that's all day use. And next we have Thavo plaid. What's classic if not plaid in a men's wardrobe? And now we've put this technology into our Oxford look. What I really love about this shoe is that contrast stitch welt. And next we have a new style that we're so excited about. This is Miles, and Miles comes in chocolate multi and navy multi. The best thing about Miles is this special double lace technology. It's not just for looks, it mostly is, but it does add a little extra adjustability. And pay attention to this nice rugged outsole on the upper of the outsole. It's combat inspired. Next up is Romano. Romano is coming in a smooth leather with embroidery, and we have embossed leather all the way to the cap. One thing that we really love about Romano is that there's a slight metallic hand-painted detailings on this embossed, and a beautiful perf toe with velvet material in the middle that I don't know if the camera can really get this, but there's a very subtle shimmer right here in the velvet, and that makes it a winner. Additionally, we have this removable insole that is faux fur lined. It's very soft. Look at that thickness. And adjustability. And all we have to do is just plop that back in there, and we're good to go. That's Romano. Next, we have Sly. Sly is a triple monk strap, and it is gonna make an impact. What we have on this strap is embossed, and I don't know if you can see this, the camera might not be doing it justice, but there is slight hand-painted metallic detailing on that embossed. And this is great because on the inside we've got an easy on and off men's booty, perfect dress shoe. And next we have a personal favorite, the Balvin, which this comes in the Bordeaux multi and the gray multi. One thing I love about this is the cap toe detailing, which is very sophisticated for the man, as well as a very cool printing, floral printing. And who doesn't love that Bordeaux? I think every man should have more Bordeaux in his wardrobe. And next we have our top seller, Elton. Elton also comes in Bordeaux and comes in gray multi. It's the #1 seller. Easy on and off. And look at the detailing. And don't forget, removable insole. Up next we have Torrance. And Torrance, right here, is going to be a big winner. I'm predicting it. This is a hiker look. Easy on and off. And beautiful embossing on the back. Printed leather in the middle. And a very nice smooth toe. And let's not forget, additionally, fur insole that is removable. All of our men's Les Artistes line has removable insoles. And next up, Larry. Larry was inspired, it was named after our national sales manager, Larry. And one thing we really like about this style is, well, everything. When it comes to the fur on the inside, when it comes to the easy on and off for the zip, and when it comes to the full leather upper that has a couple cool features. We've got different colors and a beautiful combination of these colors with the navy and the brown. And then we've got this printed design on the middle of the leather with a beautiful embossed metallic shine. And up next we have Lennon. Lennon is a classic loafer with a Les Artistes twist. And one thing I love about Lennon is the abstractness and the fact that we've got a beautiful gray scale when it comes to Lennon. It's also very comfortable and removable insole. And up next is my absolute favorite shoe I've ever had the pleasure of owning. When I took this home, right away, my father asked me to get him a pair, and so did my cousin. And I'm wearing them right now. Based on the success of Jonas Black Multi, we've come out with Jonas Leaf. And one thing I really do love about Jonas is this fashion bit. And on the Jonas Leaf, on the leather lining on the upper, it's embossed. and we get to see this beautiful ombre painting effect. I'm delighted to hand this over to our model and come up with Emmanuel Eve as our next talking point. Emmanuel Eve was designed with celebrations in mind, but that's not to say you can't go out on a Saturday night with your denims on, such as I do. One thing I really like to point out when it comes to Emmanuel Eve is this beautiful outsole. Notice the extra grip here in the front and the silk embroidered look. Truly a winner. One thing I did want to point out that I don't think I touched on enough is this beautiful bit here. And one thing I love about the Jonas leaf right here is just pay attention. You can see that embossed leather lining, and look at that beautiful ombre effect. This might even beat the Jonas Black Multi. I'm obviously going to recommend we get both, and this is going to be a great display shoe in the front of your windows. It's a beautiful autumn look for our fall winter collection, and it's truly something to be revered. It's a piece of art.
Calder.
Up next is Calder. And Calder is a true Euro-inspired Oxford. And what I love about Calder is its combination of suede in the middle with printed foliage and also smooth cap and back. Notice that ombre, hand-painted, attention and detail, and it just looks fabulous, absolutely fabulous. It's sophisticated, and we love it. Look at that shoe. Removable insole. And notice we have attention to detail in everything down to the insoles. We didn't just put in any color. We made sure that it was beige because it fits Calder, and that's Calder. And up next we have our number one shoe. This is our number one shoe when it comes to the beginning of Les Artistes. So Nico was created before we had Les Artistes men's, but I think that it was the visionary to create that. And this is a classic Oxford with beautiful burnishing. It's multicolored and gets so much attention, yet you can wear this anywhere. It's a very professional look, and I just love the perforations on this shoe. Up next, we have Lennon and Yoders. My apologies. Up next, we have Yoders. One thing we love about Yoders is this traditional black cap toe, and one thing that we relish when it comes to Yoders is this metallic printed on the leather here. I don't know if the cameras can do justice, but this shoe shines. It's beautiful, abstract, and it's the perfect dress shoe. And up next we have Leroy. Up next we have Laron. Laron is a favorite of mine because Laron has that twin goring for easy on and off, and Laron is a combination of a shoe that every man has in his closet. As a man, we have a black shoe and we have a brown shoe, and this is both. One of the things that I really love is this printed floral design that also goes to the back. And that's Laron. And last but not least, we have Style Keaton. And Keaton is just amazing quality and sophistication. One thing I love about Keaton is the fact that it's all leather. It's that suede and smooth leather combination. It's a true classic, and we do love the perforations. I don't know if you can exactly see it on screen. Beautiful perforations at the toe box.